We stand today at the absolute edge of a cliff. The calendar on the wall says it is January 31st, 2026. To the sleeping world, this is just another New Year's Eve. It is a time for fireworks, for champagne, for resolutions that will be broken by February. But to you, to the ones with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, this moment feels different. It feels heavy. It feels final. Do you feel a strange pressure in your chest today? A sense of anxiety mixed with a profound, unexplainable relief? Do you look back at the year 2026 and feel like you were looking at a different lifetime, a blur of chaos and transformation that you barely survived? And as you look forward to 2026, do you feel a vibration that is almost too high to handle? You are not imagining it. You are sensing the closing of a cosmic door. For decades, Dolores Cannon traveled through the subconscious minds of thousands of people. She brought back maps of the future. She spoke of the 3 waves of volunteers. She spoke of the new Earth. But hidden within her deepest sessions was a specific warning about a specific window of time. She called it the bifurcation, the splitting. She said there would come a moment where the 2 realities, the old Earth of fear and the new Earth of love, would stop overlapping. They would begin to pull apart. The bridge between them would stretch, and then it would snap. We are watching that bridge snap right now. This video is your urgent briefing for the transition into 2026. This is not a prediction of what might happen. This is a manual for what is happening to the physics of your reality. We are going to explain why you feel so tired. We are going to explain why you can no longer connect with certain friends and family members. And most importantly, we are going to explain the 2026 lock. The mechanism that ensures that once you cross this threshold, you can never go back to the old frequency again. To understand the lock, we must first understand the key. And the key is the sun. Have you noticed the news? Even the mainstream scientists are baffled. The sun is currently emitting X-class solar flares at a rate that defies the historic cycles. The auroras are being seen at the equator. The magnetic field of the Earth is fluctuating wildly. The scientists call it solar maximum. Dolores Cannon called it the Great Activation. She explained that the sun is not just a ball of burning gas. It is a relay station. It is the local governor of our evolution. As we cross into 2026, the sun is receiving a massive pulse of energy from the galactic center, the Great Central Sun. It is stepping down this voltage and beaming it directly into the Earth's grid. This solar energy carries data. It carries the codes for the next level of human evolution. When these flares hit the Earth, they don't just disrupt radio signals, they disrupt illusion. They burn away the false matrices that have held humanity in slavery for thousands of years. This is why 2026 felt so chaotic. The light was flushing out the darkness. Every lie, every secret, every corrupt system was forced to the surface to be seen. And inside of you, every trauma, every fear, every limitation you have held on to was forced to the surface to be healed. It was not a punishment. It was a preparation. You were being scrubbed clean. You were being lightened because you cannot take heavy baggage through the eye of the needle. And now we arrive at the needle. Dolores Cannon described the phenomenon of the 2 Earths using the analogy of cell division. Imagine a single cell under a microscope. As it prepares to reproduce, it stretches. 2 nuclei form. For a while, they share the same membrane. But then the cell wall pinches in the middle. The connection gets thinner and finally pop. 2 separate cells, 2 separate organisms. They may float next to each other, but they are no longer one. 2026 is the year the cell wall pinches shut. This brings us to the concept of the 2026 lock. This is a term we are using to describe the energetic seal that is forming around the new Earth timeline. For the past few years, you have been able to jump back and forth. You could have a day of high vibration, feeling love, unity, and peace, and then watch the news and plummet back into fear, anger, and judgment. You were straddling the worlds. You were walking on the bridge. But the lock means that the frequencies are becoming too disparate to bridge. The distance is too great. In 2026, you will have to choose a residency. You cannot live in the new Earth and vacation in the old Earth. But before the lock engages fully, many of you are experiencing a terrifying phenomenon known as the void. Have you felt it in the last few weeks of January? A feeling of complete emptiness, a lack of passion, a feeling that your old life is dead, but the new life hasn't started yet. You feel like you are floating in nothingness. You try to manifest and nothing happens. You try to pray and it feels like the line is dead. This is not depression. This is physics. You are in the space between the two cells. You have detached from the old Earth grid, but you haven't fully plugged into the new Earth grid yet. You are in the hallway. The void is necessary. It is the vacuum chamber where your soul is being recalibrated. In this silence, the universe is stripping away the last remnants of your 3D identity. The ego is panicking because it has nothing to hold on to, but the soul is rejoicing. If you are in the void right now, do not try to fill it with noise. Do not try to force things to happen. Rest. Trust. You are being pressurized for the launch. The void is the precursor to the lock. It is the quiet before the quantum leap. Another symptom of this locking process is the collapse of the magnetic field and its effect on your memory. Have you noticed that your short-term memory is failing? You walk into a room and forget why. You can't remember what you did yesterday. You struggle to find words. This is not early-onset dementia. This is the collapse of linear time. Dolores explained that the old Earth runs on linear time. Past, present, future. The magnetic field holds this illusion of linearity in place. As the magnetic field weakens, which science confirms is happening, the veil of time thins. You are moving into the eternal now. Your brain is being rewired to process information quantumly, not linearly. You are losing your memory of the past because you no longer need the past to define who you are. You are becoming a being of the present moment. The 2026 lock locks you into the now. What does this look like in your daily life? It looks like the great ghosting. Have you noticed that certain people are simply disappearing from your reality? Not dying, but just fading away. You try to call them and the connection fails. You make plans and they get cancelled. Or when you are in the same room with them, it feels like there is a thick glass wall between you. You speak, but they cannot hear you. They speak, but their words sound like a foreign language. Dolores predicted this. She said, they will vibrate out of your reality. As the lock engages, the people who are committed to the old Earth, those who are addicted to drama, who feed on fear, who refuse to take responsibility for their own energy, will become literally invisible to you, and you will become invisible to them. The laws of physics are separating your timelines. This can be painful. It can feel like abandonment, but you must reframe it. It is not loss. It is protection. The universe is creating a frequency firewall around you. It is ensuring that the density of the crumbling world cannot drag you down with it. You are being placed in a sanctuary. But the separation goes even deeper. It affects the physical body. We must talk about the biological lock. Your body is changing from a carbon-based structure to a crystalline-based structure. Carbon is dense. It holds light, but it also decays. Silicon crystal transmits light instantly and is much more durable. The solar flares hitting us right now are not just heat. They are packets of light that are literally burning the carbon density out of your cells. This process is uncomfortable. This is why you have the ascension flu. The body aches, the ringing ears, the heart palpitations. These are the symptoms of the carbon burning off. Specifically, the vagus nerve is being upgraded. This is the nerve that connects your brain to your heart and your gut. In the old human, this connection was weak. We lived in our heads, disconnected from our hearts. In the new human of 2026, the vagus nerve is becoming a superhighway of light. This means you will no longer be able to tolerate lies. If you lie or if someone lies to you, your body will react instantly with nausea or pain. You will become a living lie detector. This is a safety mechanism of the new Earth. Deception cannot exist in the higher frequencies. The lock ensures that only truth can enter your field. So, how do you know if you are being locked in to the new Earth timeline? How do you know if you made the cut? Look at your body. In these final days of 2026, are you experiencing the crystalline upgrade? Are you feeling a ringing in your ears that changes pitch? That is the sound of your DNA calibrating to the new solar frequencies. Are you feeling dizzy or unmed as if gravity isn't working quite right? That is your consciousness shifting from 3D to 5D. Are you feeling a sudden intolerance for alcohol, processed food, and meat? Your body is becoming lighter and it is rejecting the heavy fuels of the past. And most importantly, do you feel a sudden deep peace amidst the chaos? While the world screams about the economy or the wars, do you feel a quiet, unshakable knowing that all is well? This is the ultimate sign, the calm in the storm. If you answered yes, you are the ground crew. You were the ones Dolores spoke of. You were the volunteers who came here specifically to hold the door open until the very last second. But now the door is closing. And that is a good thing. Imagine you were on a spaceship. The countdown has begun. The engines are firing. The ship is shaking. For a long time, the boarding ramp was down. People could come and go. But now the captain has given the order. The ramp is retracting. The airlock is sealing. The hiss of the pressurization is the sound of 2026. We are sealing the vessel. Not to keep people out, but to keep the atmosphere in to preserve the high frequency we have worked so hard to build. So, what is your mission for tonight? What is your task for this New Year's Eve? It is not to make a resolution to lose weight or save money. Those are 3D goals for a 3D world. Your mission is to ratify the contract. You made a contract before you were born. You sat with the Council of Elders. You looked at the timeline of Earth. You saw the great shift. And you said, I will go. I will wake up. And I will anchor the light tonight. As the clock strikes midnight, the universe is asking for your final signature. It is asking, are you staying? Are you holding the line? There is a trap we must avoid. It is the trap of looking back. In the Bible, there is the story of Lot's wife. She was told to leave the city of destruction and not look back. But she hesitated. She looked back at the old life, the old drama, and she turned into a pillar of salt. She became frozen in time. This is a metaphor for 2026. You cannot look back at the old earth. You cannot mourn the systems that are collapsing. You cannot try to save everyone. You cannot drag people across the bridge against their will. If you look back, you lower your vibration. You match the frequency of the destruction and you get stuck. You must keep your eyes forward. You must focus on the new earth you are building. Focus on the community, the healing, the innovation, the love. Where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, timelines manifest. The lock is not a prison. It is a fortress. It is a guarantee that your progress will not be lost. It is the universe saying, you have done the work. You have passed the test. Now you get to live in the world you have earned. As we move into January 2026, you will see the speed of manifestation accelerate. What you think will happen instantly. This is the nature of the 5D reality. The buffer of time is gone. This is why the discipline of the mind is the ultimate skill of the new year. You must become the guardian of your own thoughts. You must stand at the gate of your mind and only let in the thoughts that align with the timeline you want to live in. Fear is a knock at the door. You do not have to answer it. Doubt is a knock at the door. You do not have to answer it. Hope, faith, and love. These are the guests you invite in. We are about to cross the threshold. The energy of this specific New Year's transition is the most potent we have seen in 26,000 years. The stars are aligned. The sun is active. The grid is pulsing. The Galactic Federation has positioned their ships to stabilize the transition. The Guardians are holding the poles. Everything is in place. We are doing this together. You are not alone in your living room. You are connected to a grid of millions of other light workers, starseeds, and volunteers who are watching this, feeling this, and intending this right along with you. We are a human chain of light wrapping around the globe, holding the new timeline in place. So, I invite you now to participate in a global activation, a conscious locking of the grid. Take a deep breath. Release the year 2026. Release the trauma. Release the failures. Release the old version of you. Let it fall away like a dead skin. Now inhale the frequency of 2026. Inhale the crystalline light. Inhale the sovereignty. Inhale the power of your own divinity. Feel the click. Feel the lock engage. You are safe. You are aligned. You are home. To seal this activation, to sign your name in the basic records for the year 2026, I want you to go to the comments below. Do not just type words. Type a spell of protection and power. Write, I am locked into the new earth. Let this be your final statement to the universe for this year. Let the algorithms of reality know where you stand. You are not drifting anymore. You are locked in. You are anchored. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can move you from your path. The bridge is closed. The ship is launching. But before you go, there is one final secret about 2026 you need to know. The lock is only the first step. Once the door is sealed, the acceleration begins. Dolores Cannon hinted at a specific event, a global phenomenon of instant karma that will begin to occur in the middle of 2026. It is the mechanism that cleanses the old earth completely. We will reveal the details of the instant karma protocol in our next briefing. You need to be prepared for the speed at which reality is about to move. Happy New Year, ground crew. The quarantine is over. Welcome to the future.